All right, session number 2 in the books here at the Scotiabank Saddledome, part of Calgary Flames training camp. Good to spend some time with Flames forward Derek Ryan, third year with the club, and a training camp unlike any other before, but back in action nonetheless. And Derek, maybe just first of all, give us your sense of what you've seen here the first couple of days, at least in terms of your group.
Yeah, unlike any other before for sure, but it has a little bit of a feel of the training camp before the bubble in terms of, things are ramping up here real quick. It's shortened training camp, so guys are getting right after it right away. I mean, even in a normal training camp, I guess the first couple of days are super intense, but I think it's been even more so. With my group alone, I've been able to watch that, and it's been pretty intense. The guys are working hard and trying to, ramp up right away, so it's been good.
I think it was Coach Ward on Sunday that pointed out sort of the business-like approach he saw leading in, as you mentioned, into the bubble in the summertime, and kind of got that sense once again here for this training camp. Did you kind of feel that immediately once you got back into Calgary, and then even just as training camp opened up?
Yeah, I did. It felt pretty similar to me. I felt like, guys are coming in and taking it super seriously. Obviously, getting ready for a playoff bubble is maybe a little different, but I think guys are taking it the same, preparing for this regular season. It's going to be, in my opinion, no different, because it's going to be every game, every night's going to be super important, more so than normal. So you have to make sure you get off to a good start. So the guys are taking that seriously, and Wardo's made that pretty clear to us that he has high expectations of us early parts of camp and then moving into the early parts of the regular season. So I think guys are taking that to heart and doing the best that we can to be prepared for game one.
Well, and I know a lot of you guys, the majority, early on there was a big group skating kind of back to October, but a majority of the group has been here skating for, a month or so altogether. How much of a benefit is that, knowing how little preparation time there is before game one?
Yeah, that's huge, especially with this shortened training camp. 10 days is not a long time to be ready for game one. Basically 0 exhibition games. We can play, intra-squad, scrimmages and whatnot, but no real exhibition games, so that makes a huge difference too in terms of how game one looks. So guys are just taking it upon themselves to be ready, pushing the pace from day one in training camp and practice and in the workouts, and making sure that as a group we're all on the same page and ready to be at our best come game one.
I know this may speak to a little bit of what you just touched on, a couple questions ago, but just the approach and that motivation. I mean, how much hunger do you sense there is? And maybe it doesn't even go back to the summertime, but maybe there is a sense of that as well. But just, the level of hunger and motivation for this group.
Yeah, I think there's probably just a sense, I felt it anyways in my couple of days here in the early parts of training camp, that there's a sense of, that we're close. We're really, really close to having not just a great team, which I think we've had here the last couple of years, but a championship team. And I think that's what we all are moving towards. Obviously, that's our job, to be moving towards a championship. But I think you can actually feel that we're in that general direction, we're moving in that general direction, and that we're getting close. So I think that guys are taking that more seriously, guys that have been here for sure, and making sure that there's a lot of responsibility that comes with those kinds of expectations, and we have to be ready for it.
And that internal competition, we've seen some new faces in there, but how much does that push things along as to what you're talking about? I mean, it makes you deeper, it makes you better, but it also kind of pushes things amongst the group in amongst each other.
Yeah, that's always the case in training camp. I found there's new faces and there's roles to be sorted out, so I think that guys take that seriously, but it's even more so this year with Wardo looking at some new lines here early on, and then us bringing in some new faces up front, and obviously on D and in goalie, so basically everywhere. And guys are fighting for, I don't know about fighting, but they're battling for those roles. And I know Wardo has a good sense of every single player that's out there, but there's still some stuff to be sorted out, so guys are taking that seriously.
Just wanted to quickly circle back to the offseason. I know we were just kind of chatting briefly, but ice time kind of at a premium for everybody over the offseason. Just take me through what yours looked like a little bit. And I know you got the chance to even skate with Flames prospect Dustin Wolf as well.
Yeah, that's true. The early parts of the offseason, I was training and skating mostly in Spokane. Obviously, after Washington State got shut down and the rinks got shut down, I had to extend my resources a little bit, and luckily I live only 30 or 40 minutes away from Coeur d'Alene, which is in Idaho, which was wide open, connected with the manager of the rink there, and was able to get on the ice 2 or 3 times a week there, which is really nice. And Wolfie was in town for a week and a half or so, and jumped on the ice with him 3 or 4 times and shot on him, so it was cool to see him out there. He's working hard and willing to take lots of shots. I think we were out there for 2 or 3 hours a day when I was out there with him. So he's definitely a young guy willing to work hard and put the time in. And obviously myself, ice time was at a premium, like you said. So I was willing to be out there as long as I could just to be on the ice.
Well, that's great. I know there's a big World Junior tilt here later on tonight, Canada, USA. I guess we don't have to look too far to know where you're cheering, but Dustin Wolf obviously part of that game as well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the boys joke around that I'm half Canadian, half American, so
Yeah.
I'm a little torn. But yeah, my heart's American for sure. That's where I was born and raised. So I won't say any more than that, I guess.
Yeah, fair enough. Enough said, for sure. Appreciate the time, Derek, and best of luck through the rest of camp. Look forward to seeing you more.
Yeah, thanks, Parksy. Good seeing you.